Hi, my name is David and welcome to All CBTs. In today's English class, we'll be looking at Gaokao, top 40 questions that you are likely to see in your Gaokao exam for this year's June. Okay, your exam this year's June. So I've taken the 40 top Gaokao questions. In fact, you could almost call them experts because of how accurate they are, okay, and they will be coming out in your Gaokao English for this year. So I want you to follow me through, master them, and get set for your exam. I'm sure you will ace it. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So let's go to question 1. It says choose the correct sentence. Choose the correct sentence. So we have 4 sentences here. Like I always say in all of my English tutorials, I say when you have multi-choice questions, what do I mean by multi-choice questions? Questions that you have options to pick from. They are MCQs, so multi-choice questions. When you have multi-choice questions, even if you have 5, 6, because some exams are really wonderful, they can give you 6 multiple choices to pick from. The first thing you want to do is eliminate until you get to the last 2. Okay, so how do you come about your last 2? The top 2 that you consider to be the most correct would be your top 2 choice. Okay, so when you have multi-choice questions, that's like a trick or a hack in answering multi-choice questions, and it can work for just about any exam, right? So let's look at this one. Choose the correct sentence. In other words, just one of these sentences is correct. The rest are wrong. A, she can sing very well. That doesn't sound well because she and sings. It can't be sings, okay, because it's singular. Then she can sing very well. She can't to sing very well. She can singing very well. So this does not sit right because this is like a continuous. This is a continuous tense. Sings. She sings. It's a continuous tense. But that's not in the context of this sentence. So she can sing very well is the correct option. She can sing very well. This is the correct option, option B. So let's go to question 2. I am looking forward to seeing you again. I am looking forward to seeing you again. Now you have your options. A, see. B, seeing. C, saw. D, seen. Now, seeing here is in the gerund form, okay? So if you look at my little explanation I have here, look forward to is followed by a gerund form. Okay, so that's also like a hack that you should keep at the back of your mind. Not just look forward to, I'll give you some other, as we go on, some other phrases that once you see them in a sentence, they are always followed by the gerund form, okay? So I'm looking forward to seeing you again. And what is gerund form? Gerund form, or the gerund form of a word, will just be the ing of that word, okay, or the action in move of that particular word. So I'm looking forward to seeing you again, okay. So it's always looking forward to, or look forward to is always followed by a gerund form. Okay, so seeing is the correct answer for question 2. Which sentence uses the correct tense? He goes to school every day. A. B. He going to school every day. C. Okay, sorry, the first option is he go to school every day. B. He going to school every day. C. He goes to school every day. And then D. He gone to school every day. Now, if you look at this, the 2 options that you want to cross out first will be A and B because they absolutely make no sense. And this is a third person singular, okay, in the present tense. Third person singular in the present tense. So it will be he goes. Okay, let's see the explanation I made here for you. He goes agree with third person singular in simple present tense. He goes is an action that is always happening. Okay, so he goes to school every day. No other option here makes sense in context to choosing the correct sentence. So that's option C, right? Now, if you are enjoying this video and want to see more of Gaokao questions, you should subscribe to the channel and hit the notification so that when we upload new releases, which often will happen every 24 hours, you'll be notified by YouTube and then you can watch to pass your exams. Question number 4. If I dash rich, I will travel the world. Now this is a conditional sentence, okay? If I dash rich, I will travel the world. Now, this is a conditional sentence. In fact, it's an unreal conditional sentence because we can deduce from this statement that the speaker here is not rich, okay? So it's unreal conditional statement. So it says if I were rich, because I'm not rich, I will travel the world. So if I were, so you always use were. It's a rule. It's a rule for the conditional statement. You always use were with conditional, unreal conditional statements. If I were rich, I will travel the world. Not if I am rich. No, because he is not. Not if I was rich. If I were rich. Right. So question number 5. Choose the correct passive form. Now, in order to know what the correct passive form in all of these sentences is, you need to know what a passive form is. You know, there is active and passive form, okay? So you need to know what a passive form is, and I made a little explanation here. I said subject, verb, agreement, and passive voice must match. The subject is not the one. So can you scroll down a little bit? The subject is not the one doing the action, but rather is acted upon. So that's exactly what passive form means. When the subject is not the one doing the action, but is acting upon an action, okay, that will be a passive form. Okay, it's not actively in the action, it's acting upon the action. I don't know if you understand it. If you don't understand it, you can state so in the comment section. So I'll make a very short video, a YouTube short on this in detail. But let's look at the options so that we can choose the correct passive form. The cake eaten by the children doesn't sound right at all. The cake is eaten by the children. The cake hit by the children. The cake are eaten by the children. It can't be the cake are eaten by the children because just one cake. Okay, if you were cakes, that would have been a different game. Then the cake eaten by the children, something sounds missing there. Then the cake is, okay, this is singular. This is in the singular. So, and like I've often said in other English tutorial videos, that the verb will always follow the subject, the nearer subject. So the cake is eaten by the children, just one cake. So is works perfectly there. So this is the correct option B. Question number 6. I prefer tea dash coffee. I prefer tea dash coffee. Now we have than, more, to, over. Is it I prefer tea than coffee? I prefer tea, more coffee. This is a comparison statement. I prefer tea to coffee, right? I prefer chocolate to milk. So it's two when you are making comparison between two kind of contrasting different stuff, and use the word to. So prefer A to B is the correct expression. When you are preferring between two things, you use to. Okay. Question number 7. The book that she gave me was very interesting. The book that she gave me was very interesting. A, whose. B, which. C, who. D, worth. The book which. You can't say who because who is often used when you are referring to humans. Okay, people. You can use who. Okay, but when you are referring to items, like in this context, the book, it's gonna be which. The book which he gave me was very interesting. Let's see. Which refers to object and is the correct relative pronoun. Okay, so which refers to object. Another one that we use can be that, but that is not going to work in this context and it's not among the option. Question number 8. Hardly dash out when it started raining. Hardly dash out when it started raining. We have hardly I had gone out when it started raining. Hardly had I gone out. Now this is an inversion statement. Okay, so hardly had I gone out when it started raining. Hardly had I have gone out when it started raining. Doesn't make sense. Hardly have I gone out when it started raining. So it's going to be hardly had. Now, inversions follow hardly in formal context. Yeah, and I'm going to make, because we are going to see some other questions as this, because of these 40 questions, but I'm going to make another video teaching detailing on inversions. Very, very critical. So hardly had I gone out when it started raining. The correct option would be B. Then question number 9. Neither Tom nor his friends dash going to the party. I already explained a little bit of this, I think in question 2 or 3. Now that the subject, the verb will always agree to the nearer subject. Okay, so neither Tom nor his friends. What's the nearer subject to the verb? The verb is going to be what is in the dash, and the nearer subject here is friends. So what's the best option that will fit friends here? Because friends is in the plural, it's got to be her. It's definitely not is. This is in the singular. Was is in the past tense of the singular. So this is going to be her. Neither Tom nor his friends are going to the party. So the correct option is B. Let's see what I said here. Nor his friends is plural, so use her. Right? Good. Question number 10. Choose the correct order. Now this is the same meaning. Okay, these are 4 sentences that means the same thing but are differently arranged. So you want to choose the correct arrangement. A man tall is standing outside. A tall man is standing outside. A man is tall standing outside. A standing tall man is outside. So the correct one here is a tall man is standing outside. Adjective will often come before the noun. So the word adjective, it describes the noun. What's the noun? The man. Adjective describes it, is tall or short, right? So adjective will always come often. Not all the time, but often comes before now. So a tall man, not a man tall or a man that is tall. A tall man standing outside. So option B is your correct answer. Now number 11. The girl that won the prize is my sister. Now, thank God, we already explained something as this before. I said you use who when you're talking about what? People, right? And you use which or that. We're talking about objects. So we're talking about human here, people. You use who. The girl who won the prize is my sister. Who is the correct option? Number 12. He said he dashed to Beijing before. He said this is a reported speech. Okay? He's reporting what someone said. So he said he dashed to Beijing before. Okay, let's see the options. Another trick you can use for answering MCQs is that in situations where you don't even have an idea of what the answer is, you can test the options one by one into the question. Right? So he said he goes to Beijing before. Wrong. It doesn't sound well. He said he has gone to Beijing before. Okay, this one plays a little bit, but I'll tell you why it's not. Then he said he had gone to Beijing before. Okay, this one also plays. He said he went to Beijing before. Doesn't play. Okay, let's see. In reported speech, has gone, okay, becomes had gone. Because this is a reported speech. Yes, has would have played here if it was a direct speech. But because it's a reported speech, has gone would change to had gone, which makes the answer C. Alright? Is that clear? If you have any question that is unclear, you can always leave it in the comment section. Let's reason it together. Or if by any chance I've taken the wrong options, I would like to hear from you. Okay? You can help me pick the right option so that in the next video I'll be making on Gaokao English, I'll be able to make corrections. Thank you. And question 13. He didn't go to the party and I didn't dash. Okay? Now, this is about contrast. He didn't go to the party and I didn't dash. A, 2. No. It can't be 2. B, either. Then C, neither. Then D, as well. Now, this will be either. I didn't either. He didn't go and I didn't go. So, either is used for it didn't happen to both sides, or it happened to, it didn't happen to both sides. So let's see my explanation. Didn't either is a corrective negative agreement. So it didn't go, I didn't go either. Do you understand it? So, okay. 14. Not until midnight dash to sleep. Not until midnight dash to sleep. Now this is also an inversion statement. Not until midnight did he go to sleep. In inversion statements, yes, did he go. Inversion is used after not until. This is also another rule. I gave you one rule before. So inversion is used after not until. So not until midnight did he go to sleep. 15. There is little doubt that he dashed the job. There is little doubt that he dashed the job. Okay, there is doubt here. Okay, this question shows doubt. If you like, you can say uncertainty. Okay, so there is little doubt that he gets the job. No, there is little doubt. Which of these options perfectly express the uncertainty? That's what you are looking for. Okay, there is little doubt that he will get the job. It perfectly expresses the uncertainty of the speaker. There is little doubt that he has got. No, definitely not. There is little doubt that he gets the job. No, that he will get, because this is also like in the future. Yeah, it's going to happen in the future, and there is so much doubt of the future. So, he will get is the correct one that expresses future certainty or uncertainty. 16. The population of China is larger than dash in any other country. The population of China is larger than dash in any other country. It's larger than 1 in any other country. No. Those in any other country. No. That in any other country. Right. It in any other country. Wrong. So let's put that into it and see. The population of China is larger than that in any other country, or that of any other country too works there. So the population of China is larger than that of or that in any other country. Okay, so that's correct. 17. The more he practiced, dash he became. I like this. Now this is like a comparative sentence. Okay. The more he practiced, the what he became. There have to be a D, because there's a D here, there's a D more, so there have to be a D something here. Okay, so the more he practiced, better he became. No, the more he practiced, the better he became. Yeah. So best he became, no, definitely no. So the more, the better. Okay, you can see it's a comparative structure. So the more, the better. The less, the least. Okay, so the more he practiced, the better he became. That is option B. And then 18. He is used to dash late. Now this is a gerund statement. He is used to dash late. Now what's supposed to be here? Let's say like sleep. He is used to sleep. Now sleep is a verb. Okay. Now gerund would often change verb and put it in the action. Okay. Put verb in the action. You see, it says the form of the verb that functions as a noun in the sentence. It puts the verb in a noun action. So in other words, he changed sleep, that is a verb, to sleeping, that now becomes a noun. So he is used to sleeping late. So gerund will often add ing to a verb and put it in a noun action. So it's used to sleeping late. Used to is followed by a gerund, the ing form of a verb that functions as a noun in a sentence. So we're going to see more of gerund in this. 19. If it dash tomorrow, the match will be cancelled. If it dash tomorrow, the match will be cancelled. Now this is a conditional statement. So if it rains tomorrow, the match will be cancelled. Meaning that it's either it happens or not. That's what condition means. It's either it goes this way. If it goes this way, this will be the result. Okay, so it says if it rains tomorrow, not if it rains tomorrow. If an action occurs tomorrow, this will happen. So, and what's the action here? rain. So if it rains tomorrow, the match will be cancelled. So rains. Okay, correct option. 20. The teacher insisted that he dash present. The teacher insisted that he is present. No, that he be present. He be is best suited for this sentence. The teacher insisted that he be present. I didn't make any explanation on this because this is quite straightforward and simple. 21. Would you mind dash the window? Would you mind dash the window, please? Okay. Would you mind dash the window, please? This is also a gerund. Would you mind closing the window, please? Okay. So, yeah. So you always have ing after the verb. Will you mind closing the window? No. Will you mind to close the window? No. Will you mind close the window? So closing is the correct word that you use after right there. 22. By next year, she dash here for 10 years. This is a future tense, future perfect tense. Okay, so by next year, she has worked here. Because we're talking about the future. You cannot say, you have to, because we're talking about the future, next year, the second half of the sentence or of the statement has to also be in the future. So by next year, she will have worked. Not she had worked. No, because this part of the sentence is in the future. The first half of the sentence. So by next year, she will have worked. She will have worked here for 10 years. It's future perfect. Correct. So C is the correct option. 23. The road is slippery. Drive dash. The road is slippery. Drive dash. Now, drive is a word. Verb. It's an action word. It's giving you an action to drive. Now, what's supposed to be here? Now, often, adverbs will often follow verb. An adverb describes the action of a verb, right? So, drive carefully. And adverbs are always having beautifully, handsomely. Okay, so drive carefully. So adverb describes verb, like I just said. Drive carefully. Okay, so 24. There is no point dash now. There is no point to go now. There is no point to go now. There is no point in going now. Correct. There is no point in going now. Use no point plus gerund. Use no point plus gerund. Okay, there is no point in going now. This is another rule. We have seen like 4 rules now in gerunds. So you use no point with gerunds, right? Okay, so there is no point in going now. 25. We've seen something like this a while ago. Neither of the answers dash correct. Neither of the answers are correct. Neither of the answers were correct. Is correct because it's neither, it will be is. That means not one. I have made so many videos on this. So neither means not one, and is often between two. Okay, it's often like a comparative or something between two. So neither of the answers is correct, definitely, because you are saying not one of the answers, and that has made it singular. It's correct. Okay, neither is singular. So 26. The flowers smell dash sweet, sweetly, sweetness, sweeter. The flowers smell sweet. Correct option is sweet. It's straightforward. 27. She said that she dashed her homework. She said that she dashed her homework. She finishes her homework. She has finished her homework. She had finished her homework. Reported speech again. She said that she had finished. And this is like a past tense. Okay, so a past perfect tense. Okay. Yes, we even mentioned something like this before. A past perfect tense is used in reported speech, so or a future perfect tense. So she said that she had finished her homework because you are reporting. She said that she had finished her homework, or she said, yeah. 28. Let me stop there because of time. Not only dash his wallet, but also his phone. Oh, sorry. Not only dash his wallet, but also his phone. Not only he lost his wallet, but also his phone. Not only lost his wallet, but also his phone. Not only did he lose his wallet, but also his phone. This is correct. This is correct. Not only does he lose, no, did he lose. And this is also an inversion statement. Like I said, I'm going to make a video, a detailed, but it will be short, video on inversions, so that we can see all different types of inversions. The inversion statement, it occurs when the normal word order is reversed, typically for emphasis or style. That means the normal way it should be written is now reversed. Most of the time it's reversed for style. Yes, just to add like color, just to make it stylish. Okay, but sometimes it's also reversed for emphasis. Let's see the question again. Not only did he lose his wallet, but also lose his phone. Now it's actually for emphasis here. And letting you know that he lost two things. He didn't only lose his wallet, he lost his phone. 29. Okay. We should avoid dash too much time online. Okay, this is a gerund. We should avoid spending too much time online. We've seen many of these already to know what's going on. We should avoid spending too much time online. 30. The meeting dash by the time I arrived. The meeting had started. It's past perfect, definitely not. The meeting had arrived by the time the meeting had started, sorry. By the time I arrived, the meeting has started. The meeting is starting. The meeting starts. The meeting had started because we have arrived here, which is a past perfect tense, which is, so the meeting had started by the time I arrived. Good. Okay, now we are almost done. We are in 31. If you are yet to be subscribed to this channel, you don't want to miss out on future videos that we are making on not just English, mathematics, and sciences. So make sure you subscribe and smash the notification button so that once we release those videos, you could be notified and you can watch them to pass your exams, which is just in a few days, Okay. 31. The film was so boring that I couldn't help, also a gerund, sleeping. I couldn't help sleep. No, I couldn't help sleeping. It was so boring that I couldn't help sleeping. Okay. 32. I was surprised at that he said. I was surprised at that he said, which he said, when he said, what he said. What he said is correct. It just fits him perfectly. 33. He is the man who I told you about, whom I told you about, whom I told you about, that I told you about. Okay? He's the man who I told you about. He's the man that I told you about. Okay, that works better here. Okay, he's the man who I told you about. That I told you about. That is correct here. Yeah, it's better suited for that question. 34. The more you read, the dash you become. Now this is like a comparative also. Okay? The more you read, the dash you become. So the wiser, the wise, the wisely, the wisdom. So the wiser. Okay? The more you read, the wiser you become. That's option A. 35. It is high time you dash to bed. It is high time. This is also a rule. High time is a rule. Okay? And it's often followed by past tense. It's high time you dash to bed, right? Is that correct? Yeah. It's high time is followed by past tense. Yes. So it is high time you go. No, go is not past. So went to bed. It's high time you went to bed. Good. And 36. I had my ear dashed. I had my car dashed yesterday. Repairing, to repair, repaired. Yesterday, past. Right? So I had my car. Gives us like the action that happened yesterday. Repaired yesterday. So repaired is the correct option. 37. She would rather dash home than go out. She she would rather stays home than go out. No. Stay home than go out. No. Stay home than go out. Yeah. Stay home than go out. That's the correct one. 39. He speaks English dash than. Now you see than. So this is a comparison. Okay. He speaks English better than I do. We are comparing between two persons. So he speaks English better than I do. Right? 39. So difficult dash that few students could answer it. So difficult, the question was that few students could answer it. We've seen this also before. Okay, this is the word inversion statement. It puts an emphasis on the difficulty of the question. So difficult was the question that few students could answer it. But let's see this one. So difficult the question was, not was the question. So difficult the question was. So difficult the question is. So difficult is the question. No. So difficult the question was that few students could answer it. So that is option A. And lastly, she is not used to dash in cold weather. Okay, this is another rule. Used to. We have mentioned 5 rules now. So she's not used to. So when you see used to, it's always followed by a gerund. She's not used to walking in cold weather. Not walk or walks, but to walk. She's not used to walking in cold weather. So there you have it for the top 40 questions likely that we absolutely think that you should expect in this year 2025 Gaokao English tests. Let us know what you feel about this in the comment section. Like I said, if I made any mistake or any error, or you have a better answer to the options I've taken, you should state so in the comment section. If you are yet to be subscribed to this channel, I think you should do it for your own good, alright? So that when we release future videos helping you with physics, English, and all the other subjects, you will be notified, and then you can watch to pass your exams beautifully. My name is David. You can also practice these questions on our apps for free and ace your exam with the best score. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.